Top 15 most popular video games of all time. Number 15, Pac-Man. Pac-Man gets the 20 spot because it's an ancient arcade game that everyone played at least once at the local roller rink before it closed down for good like 15 years ago. As far as games go, it's always seemed to be on the frustrating and simplistic side. Yes, it's a classic, but just like with old movies, a classic doesn't mean it's any good. Still, the popularity is undeniable. Number 14, Tetris. Bet you didn't see this one coming. Just kidding, it probably popped into your head when you read the video title. But listen, when it comes to the old heads that don't play video games, you ask them for 3 game titles, at least 50% of them will say Tetris. Number 13, Wii Sports. This game is definitely popular, fun for all ages, and has sold a ton of copies. The only issue is that it was bundled with all the Wii sales except for maybe in Japan. So maybe Wii Sports is only popular because its friend the Wii is popular. We'll never know. Number 12, Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog is a video game series and media franchise created and owned by Sega. The franchise follows Sonic, an anthropomorphic blue hedgehog who battles the evil Dr. Eggman, a mad scientist. The main Sonic the Hedgehog games are platformers mostly developed by Sonic Team. Sonic the Hedgehog is Saga's flagship franchise and one of the best-selling video game franchises, grossing over $5 billion by 2014 and selling 140 million by 2016. Series sales and free-to-play mobile games downloads totaled 920 million by 2019. The Genesis Sonic games have been described as representative of the culture of the 90s and listed among the greatest of all time. Number 11, The Sims. This is the one game that no matter how many times you get it to go into the swimming pool and take the ladder away, will not die. We won't lie. We pump plenty of hours into constructing our own homes, putting dirty dishes on the floor, rosebudding, and setting the kitchen on fire. It can be a fun game, and it has serious appeal outside of your typical gamer base. Number 10, Diablo III. Diablo III is a hack-and-slash action role-playing game developed and published by Blizzard Entertainment as the third installment in the Diablo franchise. Players chose to play as one of 7 character classes: Barbarian, Crusader, Demon Hunter, Monk, Necromancer, Witch Doctor, or Wizard, and are tasked with defeating the Lord of Terror, Diablo, as in previous games in the series. The game set a new record for fastest-selling PC game by selling over 3.5 million copies in the first 24 hours of its release, and became the best-selling PC game of 2012 by selling over 12 million copies. As of August 2015, the number of sales had grown to over 30 million. Number 9, Super Mario Bros. Super Mario Bros. Is a platform game developed and published by Nintendo, the successor to the 1983 arcade game Mario Bros. And the first in the Super Mario series of platformers. Super Mario Bros. Is frequently cited as one of the greatest video games of all time, with praise on its precise controls. It is one of the best-selling games of all time, with more than 40 million physical copies. It is credited alongside the NES as one of the key factors in reviving the video game industry after the 1983 crash, and helped popularize the side-scrolling platform game genre. The game inspired the expansive franchise, including a long-running game series, an animated television series, and a featured film. Re-releases and cameos of the game are on most of Nintendo's following systems. Alongside Mario himself, Super Mario Bros. Has become prominent in popular culture. Number 8, Super Smash Bros. Super Smash Bros. Is a series of crossover fighting video games published by Nintendo and primarily features characters from various Nintendo franchises. The series was created by Masahiro Sakurai, who has directed every game in the series. Every game in the series has been well received by critics, with much praise given to their multiplayer features, spawning a large competitive community that has been featured in several gaming tournaments. Number 7. Pokemon. Pokemon is a series of role-playing video games developed by Game Freak and published by Nintendo and the Pokemon Company. Over the years, a number of spin-off games based on the series have also been developed by multiple companies. Pokemon is one of the most iconic Japanese video gaming series worldwide. Developed by Game Freak and first published by Nintendo in 1996, the games center around an ever-expanding universe of fictional creatures or pocket animals that players can collect, train, and even battle. Number 6. The Legend of Zelda. The Legend of Zelda is a fantasy action-adventure video game franchise created by Japanese game designers Shigeru Miyamoto and Takashi Tezuka. It is primarily developed and published by Nintendo, although some portable installments and re-releases have been outsourced to Capcom, Banpu, and Grezzo. Since the original Legend of Zelda was released in 1986, the series has expanded to include 19 entries on all of Nintendo's major game consoles, as well as a number of spin-offs. An American animated TV series based on the games aired in 1989, and individual manga adaptations commissioned by Nintendo have been produced in Japan since 1997. The Legend of Zelda is one of Nintendo's most prominent and successful franchises. Several of its entries are considered to be among the greatest video games of all time. Number 5. Halo. Halo is an American military science fiction media franchise managed and developed by 343 Industries and published by Xbox Game Studios. The franchise and its early main installments were originally developed by Bungie. The central focus of the franchise builds off the experiences of Master Chief John 117, one of a group of super soldiers codenamed Spartans, and his artificial intelligent companion Cortana. The games have sold over 65 million copies worldwide, with the games alone grossing almost $3.4 billion. Halo has since become one of the highest grossing media franchises of all time and one of the highest grossing video game franchises. These strong sales led to the franchise's expansion to other media. The Halo universe now spans multiple best-selling novels, graphic novels, comic books, short movies, animated movies, and feature films, as well as other licensed products. Number 4. Call of Duty. Call of Duty is a first-person shooter video game franchise published by Activision. Starting out in 2003, it first focused on games set in World War II. However, over time, the series has seen games set in modern times, the midst of the Cold War, futuristic worlds, and outer space. As of February 2016, the series has sold over 250 million copies. Sales of all Call of Duty games topped US $15 billion. Other products in the franchise include a line of action figures designed by Plan B Toys, a card game created by Upper Deck Company, Mega Block sets by Mega Bands, and a comic book miniseries published by Wildstorm Productions. Number 3. Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto, known as its series of action-adventure games created by David Jones and Mike Daly. Most games in this series are set in fictional locales modeled on cities, usually either Liberty City, Vice City, or San Andreas, which are stand-ins for New York City, Miami, and the state of California, respectively. The first game encompassed 3 fictional cities, while subsequent titles tend to emphasize a single setting. Gameplay focuses on an open world where the player can choose missions to progress an overall story, as well as engaging in side activities, all consisting of action-adventure, driving, third-person shooting, carjacking, occasional role-playing, stealth, and racing elements. The series has been critically acclaimed and commercially successful, having shipped more than 280 million units with an estimated gross revenue of over $9 billion, making it the 4th highest selling video game franchise of all time. Number 2. CounterStrike. CounterStrike, known as CS, is a series of multiplayer first-person shooter video games in which teams of terrorists battle to perpetrate an act of terror such as bombing, hostage-taking, assassination, while counter-terrorists try to prevent it with bomb defusals and hostage rescue. The series began on Windows in 1999 with the release of the first game CounterStrike. According to Steam Spy, CounterStrike Global Offensive has sold 25 million units. This surpasses Minecraft's sales, which number 24.5 million, making CSGO one of the best-selling PC game of the Steam era and probably of all time. Number 1. Minecraft. Minecraft is a sandbox video game developed by Mojang Studios, created by Marcus Notch Persson in the Java programming language and released as a public alpha for personal computers in 2009. The game was officially released in November 2011. Minecraft has been critically acclaimed, winning several awards and being cited as one of the greatest and most influential video games of all time, being inducted into the World Video Game Hall of Fame in June 2020. Social media parodies, adaptations, merchandise, and the annual Minecon conventions played large roles in popularizing the game. It has also been used in educational environments, especially in the realm of computing systems, as virtual computers and hardware devices have been built in it. In 2014, Mojang and the Minecraft intellectual property were purchased by Microsoft for $2.5 billion. A number of spin-off games have also been produced, such as Minecraft Story Mode, Minecraft Dungeons, and Minecraft Earth.